Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at the Camillus titanium fixed blade knife. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to the channel. Today I'm going to take a look at the Camillus titanium fixed blade knife. It's a drop point knife with a fixed blade coyote tan handle. These are starting to show up in Walmart. They sell for $9.46. I picked this up last month sometime, and they are a Chinese-made knife, so let's get that right out of the way. But another thing is, I like doing reviews on stuff like this because this gives people a way to start in with bushcrafting, with survival, with preparedness in an inexpensive manner. You know, not everybody has $100, $200 to go out and buy their first knife, so this is a good starter. I've been playing around with the knife a little bit. I'm going to give you some specs in a minute. It's very comfortable in my hand. Gotta say that. It's really, I like the handle. It's perfect, grip size for me. The blade is a little bit thin, okay? Bring that up there and you can see it's like, I believe the measurements were 2 millimeters thick or something. You can see it's really thin. This is your little jimping with a little bit of a finger choil to get a grip up there, which I do like. I like that. So you get a little look at the style. I will tell you I'm not a fan of the pouch here, the holster for it. It's really kind of cheesy and tinny and cheap. I would suggest if you're going to carry this a lot to make your own from Kydex or something, or possibly find a leather one that fits. It just feels really cheap. The sheath is really, really kind of tinny and cheap. It's a 4.5 inch blade. 9.75 inches overall. It's got a nice lanyard hole, big enough for any kind of paracord you want to put through there. And it's a titanium stainless steel full tang blade. Now, they say it's a full tang. I have no way to test that, and I'm certainly not going to cut it apart. But my guess is they wouldn't make up a story on it, so it's pretty legit, I guess. Even with this thin little tip here, and if you notice, it's kind of like almost like a spear. But this edge isn't sharpened. But even with that, strikes a ferro rod very well. Okay? I almost set my my papers on fire for this video when I was doing it. Burned a hole in my notes. So it will strike a ferro rod. We're going to try out making a quick, obviously it works pretty well for getting some kindling going. I can do a feather stick down here. This is old dry stuff from my pine tree. It's definitely doing the job, it's not a slouch in that department. Let's see if I can find I'm not doing this outside today because it's just too hot. And it'll baton through things no problem. That's a small piece of wood, but you get the idea. It definitely will hold up, I think. I don't think it's a complete waste of money. Camillus usually makes good stuff, and generally, if they put it out, it's got to be pretty decent. And it is a good entry-level knife. If you're just starting out and you want to get your first knife, and you really don't have the money to spend on a ton of stuff, that's the way to go. These are I believe they're a branded item just for Walmart. They're going to be out for a while, and then you probably won't see them. So check out your local Walmart and see how you like it. When I got it, the blade is ridiculously sharp. It was hair-popping sharp. So I assume it still is after that little bit of work. Let's see. Yeah, it's just incredible. So I didn't really have to do anything to it to start with, but as you can see, even just from doing that little bit, you're still really, really sharp. So all in all, I'm pleased with it. Now I'm going to do a little more work with it. You're probably going to see it in my videos. This is going to be the one that I keep out here where I shoot my videos, because that way I don't have to keep digging out knives out of bug-out bags or other fire kits or other stuff. This is going to be my general use knife for my work area here. And we're going to give it a workout and see how it goes. Now, one thing I will say, I noticed I just batoned that. And if you're somebody that's really worried about the finish on things, I see a little chip in the finish already. Personally, I'm not. These are tools. We use them for what we use them for. I'm not going to worry about, a little chip. But all in all, if you're just getting started out and you don't want to spend a ton of money, these are an excellent choice to start with. They also have a lifetime warranty, so if they break, and I'm always kind of a double-edged sword with lifetime warranties. If they break while you're using them, let's say you go camping and it cracks, it's a nasty chip in it, whatever, you send it back, they'll send you a new one. But since we tend to deal with survival here, that worries me, because in a survival situation, what good is a lifetime warranty? So, I do have higher quality knives, of course, for my own use, for for survival, bug out bags, stuff like that. But for everyday use, something like this would come in handy, I think. And especially for, those of you starting your first Bushcraft kit or your first bug out bag. The only thing I would say is ditch the sheath. It just feels cheap. It really does. No offense, Camillus, but that really feels cheap. Get your hand at try your hand at making some kydex for the first time. Anyway, there it is, Camillus titanium. We'll come back with a review on it after I've used it for a couple months, because I do a lot of wood cutting tasks out here, and feature it in a few more videos, and we'll see how it holds up. Talk to you guys soon.